two, 1, 2. Welcome back to Music with Ryan. Thanks for joining me. This week's featured lesson is a very popular old-time and bluegrass song, Salty Dog. I'm doing it in the key of G. And I first heard this tune, listening to Lesser and Flat and Earl Scruggs, who else, when I was first getting into bluegrass. And after I heard that, I begun to, sing and play it with some of the first groups I was ever in. So it's a really fun song to sing, it has some kind of lighthearted or comical lyrics about it, and it gives it that feel throughout the tune as well. And I kind of tried to emulate some of that on guitar, kind of have some fun with it or keep it lighthearted with some little phrasings and rhythmic themes, if you will. But what also is really cool about it is you get a chance to solo over a not so common chord progression that you would use in bluegrass, and they go from the 1 to the major 6 to the 5, or sorry, to the 2 to the 5, and that's not so not as common in bluegrass. So it's really fun to solo against those changes. And so what I did for the arrangement is I created 4 times through, because the progression is really only 8 measures long. And so I created 4 passes through the solo. Kind of beginning, intermediate, and then a couple advanced takes where we get way up on the neck, 10th and 12th frets and stuff like that, and have a little fun. So if you like what you see and you're interested in purchasing the full lesson, you can click the link above or below. It'll shoot you on over to my website. And there you can learn about doing so. And if you do decide to purchase, it comes with about 45 to 50 minutes of video, the PDF tabs, 5 backing tracks so you can work your speed up, because again, the song usually played pretty fast. And I also have a nice little 10-minute rhythm lesson, because this song's a lot of fun to play rhythm too. There's a lot of room for some bass walks to these chords. So I got a little lesson in there, a little bonus lesson in there about what I would do when I was playing rhythm in a group settings or singing and playing it myself. So, and if you really like the way I teach and approach learning, you can learn about being a member at my site. There's a link above or below about the memberships. And for a monthly or yearly fee, you can access my whole library of over 300 video lessons. I have courses, and I have resources. I've got, I've come out with a new video every week. And so if you really like my teaching, enjoy my song selection, it'd be something to consider if you think I'm a good fit for you. For now, we're going to start walking through this lesson measure for measure. Bring the camera on in. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. All right, so let's go ahead and break down the lesson for Salty Dog in the key of G here. We've got 4 arrangements, 4 times through the solo here. The progression's rather short, so and each solo is kind of building up to the next one, okay? So we're kind of going from beginner to intermediate to advanced throughout this whole arrangement here, this whole lesson. Any markings on the bottom of the staff are right hand pick directions. Any markings above the staff, like little numbers, are left hand fingerings. And I'm going to play the first few measures here, and we'll break them down slowly. And I think the sun is kind of coming in and out of my window here, so it might get brighter or darker as we go on here, but we're going to make it. So here's our first few measures. Starts on beat 3. So 1, 2. Okay, so a lot on that double stop, right? Melody kind of stays right on this B note. So again, it sounds pretty basic there, and it is, and that's what we're shooting for this first time around. And you got to think, and it's going to sound cool against the chord, these chord changes, okay? So although we're playing that same note, it'll sound really neat against the accompanying chord. But yeah, the melody is really basic in that first. So the first pickup we have a 0-2 hammer on the D string, then an open D, or I'm sorry, open G, open D. And I really like it that open D will kind of ring out into my double stops as well. And I don't have a slide mark there. You can certainly slide into it, but the double stop is 3rd fret B, 4th fret G. I can't get comfortable here. And I'm going to be doing a lot of that. So it's quarter note, then a strum, then a quarter note, and then a strum. That's the first or the second measure. And again, I kind of slid into it sometimes. So I'd start 1 fret below and slide in. It's a really quick slide. Again, it's not 8th note slide or anything like that. It's kind of pick and slide at the same time. Okay. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And then going on the next measure, I'm going to pluck that double stop and I'm going to hammer on the 5th fret of the G. And I'm going to go back to the double stops, quarter note, and then strum 2 8 notes. Let me be your salty dog. I won't. Okay, so that melody line stays up on that B note. 2 and 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and okay, so just having control over those double stops in the right hand, making sure you're getting those 2 notes. Good clean picking or strumming them is what we're shooting for. So that measure, all 3 of those measures a couple times. 1, 2. Okay. Up to speed. 1, 2. Good right hand control and just picking or strumming those 2 strings, those double stops in there. All right, so the next measures, 4, 5, and 6. We get over top of the A7 chord. Again, ready, go. So measure 4 again, just we're all up on, we're on the 2nd fret of the G string here, and nothing too crazy. Again, just playing the basic melody. So it's quarter, 2 8th notes, quarter, and then 2 0 pull on the G string. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and okay, 1 down, up, down, down. And then the next measure, I slide up to the 4th fret, G, quarter note there, then back down to 2nd, quarter note, and then I got a 0 1 on the B string, 8th notes there. Okay. Those 2 measures again, ready, go. And again, if you slide up into that 4th fret, you want to do it very quick. It's not an 8th note. It's right to it. Pick and slide to it at the same time. Okay, and then the next measure, measure 6, so over top of the D7. I'm gonna 1 3 hammer on the B string. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and so the melody is up on that D note here, 3rd fret of the B, And so we got an eighth note, eighth quarter, 2/8 notes. Again, basic melody all throughout this first time through. Okay, so now I put those 3 measures together. Ready, go. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, go. And quickly, just kind of take note that measure 6 going into 7, I am repeating that first fret B note. And I'm going to be kind of doing that a lot throughout all these arrangements. I played that first note. It kind of was the last note of a measure, and then the first note of a measure because it was the same, if that makes sense. And so just take note, yes, I am doubling up that note, and we'll be doing a little bit of that here and there. To get me into that. I could have went right to it, right to the 3rd fret note, but I just wanted to get that hammer note in there, and yeah, gives a little bit of a syncopation to the melody. Okay, so quick note about that. So let's move on.